Notice of the date, time, and agenda of this meeting, to the extent known, was provided at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of meetings pursuant. Oh, our attorney. Hello, Ray.
To the old building.
Oh, they moved, glad you're here. Okay, thank you. There's one other board member. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just, that's fine. Okay. Pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, notice of all meetings in 2026 was provided to required publications on December 10th, 2025. May I ask you all to rise to salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The purpose of Millburn Special Improvement District is to promote, grow, and support local businesses, property owners, residents, and visitors, and to encourage the economic, cultural, and social vitality of the township through increased marketing and visibility, improved and renewed infrastructure, and local business development and engagement. The Millburn SID is one of approximately 100 in the state of New Jersey and is one of the 29 designated Main Street, New Jersey communities. Michelle Lemieux, will you please take the roll?
Sure. Jackie Benjamin Lieberberg,
Here.
Christine Beth, Omar Buckingham,
Present.
Ashley Schultz,
Here.
Ben Stoller, Alex Zaltzman,
Here.
Richard Wasserman.
Here.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
Hi. That's okay.
We will now indicate that Christine Best has arrived. Yep, no problem. So, before we begin with the special presentation, I just want to say, as the chair, I'd like to say a few words. Corinne Mahoney, this will be her last board meeting before she moves on to other things. And at this time, I'd like to thank her for her hard work and commitment to the team. I also want to say that you are a real life Explore success story. You started as a worker bee on events, starting with Vicky on Girls Night Out, 2 years ago. 2023, 3 years ago, and it blossomed into our marketing director in relatively short tenure. We appreciate that you will be here to see us through the World Cup final, and we look forward to that extraordinary event, literally, and that has been in the planning stages for well over a year. And we want to wish you much success as you embark on the next step in your bid career. You will be missed, and I want to thank you very much. Thank you. We have a little bubbly for later, but that'll be later. Okay. All right, now at this time, Katie O'Keefe, the Senior Development Officer and Government Relations Person from the Paper Mill Playhouse. So without further ado, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me this evening. As you just heard, my name is Katie O'Keefe. I'm the Senior Development Officer at Paper Mill Playhouse, and I oversee foundation and government relations. And one of the things I'm really passionate about in my time at Paper Mill is leveraging existing government funding opportunities that are out there to support the work of the theater. And so why I'm here today is to seek support from Explore Millburn-Short Hills on a match for a grant to the New Jersey Travel and Tourism Cooperative Marketing Grant Program. These grants are to support partnerships that promote tourism in the state, and this grant would promote the shared goal between Paper Mill and Explore of bringing people to the Millburn-Short Hills area. The project that we have outlined in our proposal is for to engage Foxtrot Media for marketing and public relations support for the newly renovated FM Carriage House, as well as the Carriage House Presents programming and promoting the Carriage House as an event space. So Carriage House Presents, it's a year-round suite of entertainment offerings that we've started doing at Paper Mill. And the goal is to ensure that we have no dark days in the restaurant all year round, that there is continuous programming happening, and that there's programming that's on a smaller, more intimate scale. Think Murder Mystery Dinner Theater, jazz cabarets, themed trivia nights, bingo, that sort of thing. And so this proposed marketing plan is looking to position the Carriage House and its programming as a destination beyond our main stage season, creating those additional year-round opportunities for Paper Mill Playhouse patrons to support the theater as well as frequent the surrounding businesses in the area. One of the things that I think is interesting about this particular programming is in its variation, it lends itself really nicely to collaboration with local businesses. You know, for example, we might partner with the Book House for around murder mystery dinner so that patrons could pick up a thriller to, you know, coordinate their whole evening around a certain theme. I think positioning the space for rentals and private events too supports local businesses. You know, you imagine an attendee going to a bridal shower or a baby shower, picking up that last minute gift or picking up a bouquet of flowers in town before they head over to the event. So this project is really looking to go beyond marketing the restaurant itself, but positioning Paper Mill as a curator of different experiences that bring folks to the area and really promotes a, you know, holistic experience in the Millburn-Short Hills region.
Okay. Does the board have any questions? Now, if you want to walk us through what the financial arrangements.
Yeah, I was gonna say that,
Yeah,
that would be helpful.
that would be helpful, and the commitment that you're looking for from us. And please highlight that, I believe this is the second year that we would be executing this.
Yes, that's correct.
This partnership, so walk us through the past, and the present.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So how the project works is there's a mandatory 25% match that happens with the state. We have proposed an arrangement of a $15,000 total package. We are approaching Explore for half of that 25% match. We will be utilizing funds from the Blanche and Irving Laurie Foundation to make up that other half of the 25%, so an eighth, I suppose. Which would be $1,875 is the commitment we're looking for from Explore.
And that's for, and what period of time is for that?
That's for the 2027 calendar year.
For the entire calendar year?
Yes.
That would be our total commitment.
Yes, that's correct.
What does this, let's say, you could pull $15,000, where is it gonna go, what are you gonna do with it?
So we would use those funds to engage in a monthly relationship with Foxtrot Media Group. I've included their proposal as one of the attachments. But they are a specialty public relations firm that's focused on restaurants and positioning in that space. So to have them coordinating social media, publications and news outlets, that's where, and the monitoring of those things over time.
What are they trying to do, what's the goal, what is, they're just trying to like bring people in, what's their?
Yeah, the goal is to bring people in, increase attendance at the restaurant and at events, and then, you know, increase revenue for the theater.
Have they talked about how they're gonna measure the success of this program? I mean, that's a serious, you know, it's
They had a last year.
a lot of money. I don't know, I mean, like, sometimes, I'm not saying these people, I'm saying just in general, marketing companies will charge you a monthly fee to do stuff. But, you know, it can be measured somehow. Have we talked about, have we explained how they're gonna measure whether or not their campaign is working?
Yes, so now in the, you know, now that we've launched the new Carriage House, we have a reservation system through Resi.
Yeah.
And through that, we'll be able to track attendance over time, as well as through our ticketing software for the events portion of things. We'll be able to track that and track, you know, the click-throughs and that sort of thing. On the marketing end of things, they can look at the engagement saying this link brought them to this page and this transaction happened because of it. So we can follow that customer journey through those metrics.
You said you did it last year? The same
Yes,
last
we
year?
did this, we had this partnership last year.
Yes,
Obviously, the Kirby House was not up and running, so it's taking a little bit of a different direction, if you will.
Yes.
I think the last year's grant was really focused on engaging New York City residents to come
Oh,
to
yeah.
Paper
Yes.
Mill, to come use New Jersey Transit, come experience the quaint town and so I think that was the execution of that marketing initiative was to expand the geographic reach of attendees and patrons.
that's exactly correct. And, looking at the metrics on that side of things, in the conversations with our director of marketing, she indicated to me that on the conservative side of things, 20% of our patrons are folks coming in from New York City. That it could be, that for some performances, it could be as high as 1/3.
I have a question,
Why?
so what were the key deliverables that you guys did last year, like the event that you had and the whatever the turnout was, can you give me an example of that?
Sure, so some of the things we did last year were, in addition to the advertising push that I outlined in my attachment, we worked with marketing influencers. We worked with a content creator and actor, Katie Oxman, who is niched in that sort of New York theater space. And she, working with her, we coordinated an event for a whole group of influencers to come out to Paper Mill to see 1776 when that was running and create content around the show and around the act of coming in from New York City to, enjoy the day in Millburn, to show the ease of that transit and the whole experience.
So you focused it on the matinee, because I was just trying to understand, could you just define what the benefit is to the township? Obviously, the Paper Mill is the crown jewel of the township, we all know that, and I think you're fabulous, and I'm very excited about the Kirby House. I just want to understand, obviously, the Paper Mill get direct benefits, but what do you define as the benefits for the greater township in terms of the stores? Could you describe that just a little bit, because it'll just give me a little better idea. I'm new here, I'm a new person.
Absolutely. So another thing that we have done for this work is we have our actor takeovers on our social media pages. And in those actor takeovers, they have explicitly called out local businesses that they frequent when they're here. You see an actor walking through their 2-show day, picking up the Dunkin' Donuts from the in town, or the Millburn Deli is beloved among the actors. I mean, they're obsessed with the place.
And would the Explore board have, would somebody like Michelle and, Crane will not be here, but will Michelle be able to direct, and Michelle, you can only answer this, direct, how, specific businesses that we might want to target that are relatable and have a say in that, or is it something that you guys just select?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something we could have a conversation about and coordinate with our marketing team. I don't want to speak on behalf of the marketing team, but historically they've been very open to partnerships, and especially, when you can bring the actors in, it's fun for everybody.
And I think last year, did we have a QR code and I seem to remember we had a QR code or some,
I believe there was something in the program. There was a program.
yeah, and I think, I think last year it was good exposure for us. I mean, are we gonna have some signage, or do we get a Explore QR code, or maybe that's something for you to work out, but I think that would be nice that there's a connection.
Yeah, that's certainly something we would be open to cross promote the work between both
Yeah, especially when
organizations.
handing out pamphlets, it would be nice if people know that we're here supporting the business community.
Yeah, and something that I've been thinking about, as I was preparing my notes for this evening is, when we have events coming into the carriage house, say a bridal shower, perhaps suggesting, hey, here are some local businesses that you might want to frequent as you plan your event.
It would be nice to see, Michelle Crane does such an amazing job. I was lucky enough to attend two of their events this month, to see some type of a partnership event where they're tying in something they want to do within the Kirby Carriage House for the spend. And who else are your contributors?
As far as this grant program?
Yes, there's yourself, and then who are the other players?
Yes, the other player would be the Blanche and Irving Laurie
Oh,
Foundation.
you said that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they've been a longtime
So
supporter
it's
of
just
Paper
three
Mill.
of us?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And this would be effective calendar year 2027.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So,
But,
Greg, hang on one second there.
I'm sorry, just have a quick question. The carriage house already has catering permits
Yes.
so are any additional permits needed to conduct the additional business that you want to go into?
I believe that we're all settled on that regard. You know, we've worked with our construction groups and our contractors, and you know, we have government funds coming in there as well, so everything has to be above the board, so to speak.
Okay, great, thank you.
So, I think it would be wonderful if when you're dark over the summer, if we set up a meeting after World Cup. And, you know, BC and AC, before Cup, after Cup, the whole world
This is not the truth.
is for, certainly for us, is divided. And I would be, you know, and really kind of drill down about some of these potential engagements and partnerships as your organization has evolved and how, as we are continuing to evolve. And so I think that would make sense to see what that looks like, and then we could get this on the agenda for final voting and approval or whatever we decide. Once we have some, we can have some some metrics and some as my colleague would say, some KPIs that we can, some measurable deliverables that we would expect from you. Because obviously a big chunk of our businesses are restaurants, so you're promoting your restaurant, so we have to look at our shops, our hair salons, our nail studios, our gift places, and maybe there's some kind of something that Paper Mill can provide to our merchants that is gonna incentivize people to shop before or after a performance or a meal.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just wanted to add that
Something.
social media stuff, we should be cross promoting it, like you guys create the video.
Yeah.
And it's on Paper Mill's platforms, but we should also be able to have access to that
Yeah.
video,
That's right.
especially if it includes scenes of other businesses in town. Because like, Paper Mill is like, first of all, I live right behind it, so I'm like, I'm a still driver, but it's sort of like off, like, we all know, like, it's not like in the same place as the rest of the
Yeah.
town, so having some sort of a connection.
Yeah.
At least digitally.
Yeah.
To the downtown area, I think
I like that also.
would be very, very helpful. I think that's a very good point. Now, you know, this is, you know, amount of money is marketing. I think we should be able to come up with some sort of a deliverable where it's clear that there's partnership, and then our businesses that are in downtown are getting the benefit of your massive audience. I mean, I would say, I would probably argue Paper Mill probably has more social media, you know, vision or, you know, than probably any other business here. Probably the biggest small business here.
Yeah.
Can I ask one when you're finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Do you think it's possible just also, I mean, obviously I know you can't share your like our email list, but like as you gain followers and or new email clients that are relevant, like that come in through this portal that we contributed to, can we get access to, I mean, just want to throw it on the table as an idea when we go to the table, you know, to those
Or-
customers, because that's valuable to us.
Or that we can cross promote our, I think that's
Our
probably,
list
yeah.
too, yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
our push out notices that we would like to send to
Yeah.
your, I mean, I know I had the pleasure of working with Holly Avalo we did some product promotion work. So that's certainly something that we'll look at.
Right.
Yes, and Holly is always, you know, on board with those cross promotion
Yeah.
sort of things.
Yeah.
As far as list sharing, you know, I'd have to
No,
look and
no,
see
I
what
think
sort
it's-
of data privacy, things we have set up internally.
Yeah.
But I think cross promotion would definitely be something that's on the
Yeah.
table.
Great.
I mean,
Thank you.
I think Paper Mill said, you guys do such a great job and you're such a good draw for the town. I think there's a lot of mutual love here. But I would just say, we just want your commitment. I don't want to speak for the board or myself. I want your commitment that you're gonna work closely with Michelle and it's gonna be fantastic.
Excellent. Yes, I love it.
So that's great.
Okay, does anybody else from our board have any questions? Ashley, on Zoom, do you have any further questions?
I do not, I love the
Thank
paper
you.
mill, so anything.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it sounds like he's underground. Okay, do you have any questions for our board?
I don't think so. I'm looking forward to, connecting again and sketching out the exact particulars of, what we want this collaboration to look like. And I think this year provides a really nice sort of pilot year as we prepare to get into the front of house when that is all completed. And, I think that's where we can really hit the ground running, further on. So I think this is a great year to sort of test the waters and see where we want to go and see what works and what doesn't work.
Can I just ask a quick question? I know that, we wrote you that letter of intent and that
Yes.
bought you some time. What is your deadline for your grant?
Let me circle back with
Okay.
the program officer over at New Jersey Travel and
Okay.
Tourism and make sure that,
You have the time.
she has what she needs and I can let you know what that
Okay.
timeline looks
Okay.
like.
Keep in mind, we don't have another meeting till September,
Right.
Okay,
so I think that's probably enough time, but if it's more time sensitive, please let
Let us
Michelle know.
absolutely,
And we'll go to Plan B.
wonderful.
Okay, thank you very
All right,
much.
thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank
for
you.
having me, I appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate it, okay. May I have a motion to approve the May 28th public session minutes?
Move.
Okay, may I have a second? I'll second that. May I have a roll call now? Ben isn't here, okay. So Michelle, will you just take a roll call and you just,
Sure.
you read the
Well,
minutes?
I read the minutes, but I wasn't
Right.
here.
Okay,
Okay, Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Alex Altsman,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman,
Just one moment, Ray, I wasn't here, but I read the minutes. Am I allowed to?
You read the minutes?
Yes.
I do need to approve it.
Okay.
If it means that you're representing the quorum.
Yes.
Is that the issue? Otherwise, there's no quorum.
no, yes,
So
that's
people-
correct.
Yeah, that's
No.
correct,
You represent
that's
the
correct,
quorum.
yeah, they knew my vote,
Okay,
so I'll defer to council on this.
yeah.
Okay, so, yes.
Okay, so I just want to take a minute now at this point to thank Michelle and Corinne for all their hard work on two monster events. We had Girls' Night Out on June 4th, which was, in my opinion, a overwhelming successful event. You had Christine and I were at the sign-in table. It was orderly, it was robust. I don't know, 500, I don't know what the exact number, 600 attendees, something in that neighborhood, maybe more. Because there was people that signed up in advance. The weather was extremely cooperative. We've had biblical storms and smoke in previous years, so this was rain, torrential rain.
yes.
So it's the elements this year, the sun gods really looked down over us, and I thought it was a terrific event. And then boom, 2 weeks later, we had the World Cup Skills Day in the park, which was also, aside from the wind, which was a little challenging, was also a wonderful, wonderful day. And the community outreach, the engagement, the participation, I think we counted 420 or something of that nature in the park that day. And it was interesting, the demographic for Millburn-Short Hills, as well as, as Union and Springfield and Livingston. And so there was outreach that extended beyond our community. So that was, it was organized, people had raffles, there were t-shirts, there was food, it was great. It was a great, great day. And if you were in the park that day, you could also go look at the 250 mural that was on display. So I want to thank you both for all your hard work. It was you made it look easy, and it's not, but you made it look easy. And I want to invite everybody to the World Cup final viewing party, which the Corinne and Michelle will talk about. I guess we can lead right into that after your financial report, but that'll be on July 19th. So why don't we start with the expenses? And then we can, and the sponsorship report, Corinne, please.
Awesome. All right, thank you
Right,
very
so
much.
small.
I know, sorry.
This is our
we-
first time, so just bear with us.
Bear with us, it's our first time leading this
Sorry, it
meeting,
was so
organizing all
tiny.
the documents. It's a little more complicated than we anticipated. So just some notable payments, I guess, expenses for the last month of May. We paid $21.50 for power washing. We power washed the four corners, so that's like where the Starbucks is, where the Gomcha is, Blue Mercury, and then where Design Hub used to be. So I think we talked about that last meeting, it looks pretty good, and then we did those like pedestrian bridges right over in that area. So it looks very good, we're happy with the way it looks, so that's just kind of cleaning up for summertime, so that's that expense. And we also paid $12,500 for our spring and summer plantings, which have been looking really good, and we really love the vendor. It was super hot a couple days, and some of the plants died, and he came out on his own and replaced them for us without even telling us. He let us know after the fact, so we appreciate that. So those are some two big expenses, and then we received our third township assessment payment of $87,063. And then we expect one more of $15,403 in this month of June. So those are those numbers, and then for sponsorship, we've been doing pretty good on sponsorship. We've collected $26,410. And we only have $7,750 outstanding. And these are events that are still ways away, so we're not like stressed about getting money from people. And our goal for the year was, I believe, 35 grand. So we're right about that number once we collect the 7,700 left. And we could probably still get some more sponsors for events. And those are the big updates for that.
So the 7,750, is any of that tied to the World Cup, those sponsorships, which I would hope?
No.
No, so those are
Yeah.
all for events
Yes.
after the World Cup.
Exactly. All the events that have happened are paid up, and then anything that we anticipate, but not World Cup, so
Okay.
further out than that.
So we started applying for grants through PSC&G. They have a charity type program. So for every event, I started to just put in for their grants, and they've given us for each event so far. So we got $500 after the event for Girls' Night Out, but it still went to the event.
Yeah, they said we know it already happened.
As a
but here's
sponsor, they were
500.
like, sorry, it already happened, but here's $500 to go towards it. And we also got $500 from them as a sponsor for the final viewing party. So it's a really great sort of way to, you just fill out a couple forms and you send them all your information. And it's just part of their community outreach. And all we have to do is, just put their, logo on a banner, or not necessarily a banner, but just on some of our marketing materials. But like for Girls' Night Out, there was really nothing that we had to do. And it was just sort of, free and clear, and it was a great partnership.
How did you find out about it?
Yeah.
I used to do it when I worked with the chamber. I would just find
Oh.
different ways to source money. I used to work for Red
PSCG
Cross.
as a, great-
So
Thank you-
if
thank-
you're
thank you,
any
PSCG.
sort of, nonprofit and you're looking, it's a great way, they give a lot to charity. So
And there's no limit, like we can just, well, we
you
have.
just
an
keep
event.
applying, yeah. I think they give you up to a certain limit, so we'll say, hey, we're looking for this much, and, they chose to give us $500 for each event.
Terrific.
So we'll just keep continuing to try to do that.
Point out that in Millburn, interestingly enough, part of the town is local GCP&L.
Maybe we should hit them up.
I don't know if they're competitors anymore.
500 for PSCG, you get throw another
Yeah.
2,000 for
we'll see,
GCP&L.
but-
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and then one more exciting update, we have Michelob actually helping sponsor our
Michelob.
World Cup final viewing party. So that's super exciting. I
Wow.
believe, is it the CEO or CFO? He lives in Millburn, or he's from around
I
here?
think he's one of the, I think he's like maybe a VP or a head guy of,
Marketing or
of
sales.
sales, and they do a lot of work with, Rocktoberfest. So,
Oh, the beer garden.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we're not having a beer garden because we can't distribute, but they have a whole bunch of non-alcoholic beverages that they're gonna be,
Oh,
giving out for
great.
free. They're giving us,
Tents.
they're giving us
Giveaways.
8 tents.
Wow.
And
Signage.
because they're an official, they're the
World Cup.
official beer of World Cup. I don't know if you thought, we're just started to put out some of the A-frames, but we're allowed to use the official FIFA branding. for it, so we can use the trophy
Oh,
for FIFA.
wow.
Cool.
So, it's really cool, the A-frames now, as we're starting to switch them out from Skills Day, it says, the final viewing party, and then on the other side, it's just, plain blue with the FIFA, trophy, and it just says Taylor, it's like really clean, it just says, Corinne has it in her car, we could like bring it in. We could show you when we do that, but, it makes it look really authentic, like we're a real destination to come to. Cause not everybody can use that branding, so.
Great.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
How'd you find out about that?
So we are working with, a consulting agency called Main Street Pops on this.
Oh, that's right.
And, somebody happened to win tickets. And they were talking to the Michelob guy, and then they connected them with
Nice.
us, and
I like
kind of
that.
all in who you know, so.
I like that.
And then they said, oh, we're doing an event in Millburn, they're like, oh, our VP, or whoever it was from sales,
That's
does a lot
great.
with there, and they like to be in Millburn and Short Hills,
They're
so.
Thank you,
really,
Michelob.
they're really, the woman's very nice, I was very impressed with the conversation.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I got to talk to her,
yeah.
it's really wonderful to talk to them.
Yeah,
It's a good
it's
selection.
been great.
They, when we did our founding day celebrations and they worked with us and we got to know them. And
Yeah.
they've been a very good community partner.
Oh,
Yeah, they've been great to work with.
Do you guys expect that there's going to be like triple, I feel like the viewing party is pretty fab, like, because it'll be more, it would appeal to a lot different like age groups. What do you expect attendance to be, like, I mean, just stuff, I'm just asking off the cuff, like, cause I was curious, like, cause it seems like it's gonna be a fabulous event, you know?
I mean, when we started talking about it, we said 1,000. I mean, whether or not, I don't expect 1,000 people at one time, but from 2 to 6, that could happen. I think it all is weather dependent. I think,
Traffic,
Yeah,
parking.
what else?
yeah, I think that, we're trying to bill it as like one big open tailgate party. Like if you're going somewhere to watch the game, I think there are the diehard fans who wanna do their own thing and just sit in front of a TV and like really focus on it. But if you're not, if you're looking to just be with people and, hang out and sort of wanna be involved in that, I think this is sort of a good destination, and we've gotten a lot of really good press. We've gotten, we've been in a couple, hyper local magazines, we've been in like New Jersey Family, so we've been in, we have like all the radio stations, for Girls Night Out too. Well, we'll talk about that like in our recap and stuff, but, we've been able to, hit a lot of different, traditional media sources that aren't just, online.
Yeah.
So, I think that that's helping to expand our reach as well.
Are any of the restaurants that are bordering the park doing anything special to support, like, sort of the after party at 6 p.m. for dinner, or like, I mean, I just was wondering.
Why don't we wait?
Oh,
and
sorry,
let-
I must say that.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
why don't we
I know
wait
it's still
and let
on
them-
financial.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine, okay. All right, anything else on the sponsorship?
No, I think we're good. We've also had a bunch of the Friends of EMSH sponsors. I think we agreed we'd take on 10 for the beginning of the year. So these are people who are just like outside of the border, like it's Millburn Ave and it's half Millburn, half Springfield. And they're like, well, what about me? I'm right next to everything. Like I want to be part of it. So we've had a lot of active sponsors through that. They participate in events. They provide stuff for our biweekly email. So, and that's been a nice little source of income as well for us.
Sure.
Yeah, great. That's the report.
Okay, any other questions from the board regarding sponsorship? Okay. So may I have, next on the agenda is resolution 26-007. And this is the resolution appointing Michelle Lemieux as our interim executive director for the Millburn-Short Hills Business Organization Explore for from July 26th, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, July 26th through December 31st, 2026. And this agreement is really, Michelle will provide an oversight through all of our existing programs. She has been with us. Michelle, when did you start with Explore? Last date's a year, October of last year. Yeah, so, and comes from the chamber, so she lives in Livingston, so she's, well adept at the rhythms of Explore. She will have this oversight on all existing programs. She will continue her community outreach, the maintenance of all our events and oversight. And, as we know, the mayor was here, the last meeting, which indicated there may be some changes in the structure of Explore. So this agreement will take us through December 31st, 2026. So may I have a motion to approve resolution 26-007?
Yes, motion.
May I have before we vote on the motion, anybody have any questions regarding the contract? Sure.
I'm in support of Michelle, but I just have, this is more of a legal question, like, maybe we can tighten up the entity. Should be like an LLC on there, and,
It is.
Was there?
Yes, there was a new Radiancy
Yeah, this is
Communication.
not the,
like an older
yeah,
version.
there's an updated.
Like, my other question for the attorney is, we're appointing, maybe should we be appointing the LLC entity, not Michelle, is that?
Yes, the contract, the professional service agreement is with,
With
With-
the entity?
It's already in place, you just authorizing her to step in.
the Radiancy Communications is her corporation. Yeah, so this is the,
This is accurate, this resolution, is accurate?
What I would say is you're authorizing her to do that, or the company, but the agreement itself has to be revised to reflect what it is you're authorizing, whether it's her individual or the company, you can do that later.
okay,
But for now, the way it's written.
Okay.
I have comments.
Okay.
To make. I know I'm not voting on it, so, I mean, you guys obviously negotiate what the salary is, but it's unclear to me, you know, what the expectation level is if it's part-time, you know, in terms of time spent per monthly, because there's, in lieu of the fact that wait, let me finish, there's no statement of work here. So you might want to put in the responsibilities, I mean, besides just being a director, and, also, in the event, like, let's say there's a big push and Michelle decides to take it upon herself to add in additional hours, such as because we have like a big event coming up, like, how is that going to be compensated? Because I don't think that's addressed in this document. So I just want to make sure that, you know, she's treated fairly. She's put in a lot of extra hours, and that there's not, you know, sort of an addendum in there for situations like that, which I do think will come across, and, you know, make sure that she's appropriately taken care of, that's all.
Like I said, if you're approving this, you're authorizing her or her company. to
Yes.
Play the role of the executive director,
yes,
okay, to the extent any changes to the agreement which lay out the scope of services and so forth, because I remember we drafted that agreement.
yes,
To the extent that needs to be changed, that can be done after. All you're doing right now is just authorizing her to be the
I
executive
see.
director. That's all you're doing. That's the resolution.
We're naming her interim
That's right.
executive
That's
director.
all you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's subject to any changes that are, you know, we can discuss it among yourselves. if you want to negotiate.
Right. So, I mean, I think, you know, my understanding is that Michelle's gonna step into, Steve Grillo's, day-to-day role with passion and with passion and with.
Commitment.
And with the commitment to our businesses, and she's gonna go for it. And I think that we have a commitment as a board that she's gonna be treated fairly, and we're gonna set her up for success. And I think that part of that is that we have to make sure that we hire help for her. You know, there's two assistants that have to be hired, and that we are gonna work, as a board, we're gonna work closely with her so that she succeeds in doing her job, the best that can be done. And so that's my understanding, and I've had conversations with Michelle, and I'm very excited and thrilled that she stepped forward to help us.
No, I'm excited too. I just wanna make sure.
Yeah, but I think we're all on the same page with that. I mean, want to make sure she's compensated, that she's successful, that we hire help for her in the very near term. And I think that it's incumbent that we make sure we support her and that she's not left alone doing 1,000 things. So.
Yes, as the stuff flies off.
Right, right.
So,
Okay. Well, may I have a motion to approve may I have a motion to approve resolution 26-007, appointing Michelle Lemieux as interim executive director for the Millburn-Short Hills Business District.
motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have a roll call vote, please?
Jackie Benjamin Lieberberg,
Yes.
Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Ben Stoller, Alex Zoltzman,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman.
Yes,
Okay, motion carries.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Stoller isn't here, so I don't know what the mini report was. Mr. Buckingham, you're next, Business Administrator.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. McDonald wanted me to share with the board and the public. The township is nearing a final decision on Millburn Ave parking situation. As everyone probably knows, townships kind of experimented with angle parking and reverse angle parking to see how does the public like it? Is it working? Is it functional? The township has looked at and reviewed all the comments that have come in. Code enforcement police have observed what's going on and been looking at it. So it looks like the final decision will be to return to parallel parking with some adjustment. So the final changes should be implemented in about another week. There's going to be some more temporary paint put up before construction begins. So what they're going to do is, because the bump outs will remain, that's going to cut the road down from 3 lanes to 2 lanes still. But with parallel parking, you have the curb width for the parking already. Then you have that 3rd lane is disappearing, right? So you have all this extra space. So the sidewalk will eventually be extended to cut that down and leave just enough room for the parallel parking. So to do that, temporarily, there's going to be paint set up for the parallel parking spaces as well as stripes cut down the street. And there'll be these traffic poles set up, much like you see around the bump outs, start getting people used to these changes that are coming. And then when construction begins, the sidewalk will actually be extended. Parallel parking will look like a normal street's parallel parking between the bump outs. And that's what the final arrangement should look like.
You know, they're gonna shoot for to do this in August while it's still relatively quiet.
Yeah, I don't know what at this point what the timeline is.
I just, where are they doing this? I'm sorry. Has it been between like,
I believe it's between Holmes and Lackawanna.
oh, okay, so it's gonna be 2 lanes now?
It's going, so yeah, it's already, it went down from 3 to 2. The 2 bump outs were put in like a temporary
Right.
and traffic.
You got a short, so it'll be less, the traffic will be slower.
It already is, to the extent the bump outs are there. It's
Right.
just technically like it bumps out and it goes back to 3 and bumps out again.
Gotcha.
So that whole extra space between the 2 bump outs will be pushed, the sidewalk will come out, so it's not as dramatic of a
Right.
space, I guess, between the 2 bump outs.
And the area between Millburn Avenue and Lackawanna will remain the same 3 lanes until further notice.
That
That's
should,
not gonna be part. Alright.
only where the bump outs are going is where it's cutting down from 3 to 2, is my understanding. And that's all that Mr. McDonald wanted to share tonight.
Do so we have no decision on that reverse angle parking.
Well, no, that's going to go instead of the parallel parking, and the widened sidewalk will come in place of
So reverse part, the reverse thing is gonna be out.
this going
Yeah,
over.
correct.
I think that was a good decision. But
But
it's good that you tried it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's people were upset, whatever, but it was really good. And Vicky, thank you so much for managing all the governments.
Yes.
Okay, and so we don't have a timetable for this?
Not this moment, no.
Okay. Alrighty. Ray, would you like to give us an update on litigation?
Sure, Bear Properties litigation. And Bear Properties 1, township's motion for attorney's fees amounting to around $66,000 is still pending. Plaintiff has filed an opposition in cross motion. Explorer is not participating, but oral argument is taking place on July 7th. With regard to Bear Properties 2, that's been dismissed without prejudice. In other words, without prejudice to revive the action somehow with an amendment. However, we don't believe that would occur, can occur, based on any amendment that we could see. So an order has been entered there, and it's not expected to survive another motion prior to this. Bear Properties 3, both the township and Explorer have filed motions to dismiss, and that's going to be fully briefed, and oral arguments, well, it has been fully briefed, and oral arguments are expected to take place on July 24th. That's the extent of that.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Any questions from the board? Okay. Corinne and Michelle, Girls Night Out update. World Cup of.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll be brief because we've kind of already talked about Girls Night Out, but it was a very wonderful event. It's the event that brought me into this organization, which is really cool. I worked at another business in town, and then I ended up on the planning committee, and then somehow I ended up working with you guys over the years, and now I'm here planning the event. But it was super wonderful. We had over 80 businesses participating. We had the really wonderful swag bags that we gave you guys the last meeting we showed you guys. We had a lot of just the streets were full of people. We really tried to centralize it to like one main area this year, and I would say that it went pretty well. We had people, I witnessed people walking up like up Millburn Ave where they don't normally go, and they, we just got people out, which has been hard to do in the past, and just got a lot more involvement. And a lot of the businesses were really involved, especially on social media. We sent a lot of the graphics to them ahead of time, and a lot of them really ran with it, which was really cool to see. They posted on their stories and their pages, and we saw them print it out and put it in their windows. So that's really, part of what we can hope for, is just to get the businesses involved and get them excited about participating in an event. So yeah, we're still getting a lot of feedback back from that, but we had like Teen Skin said that they charged, which normally they've done free services and it's been okay. And they did so well when they charged, and they were blown away by how many, they just did like little hair and makeup services for like girls. And they just said they like could barely keep up with the amount of people who wanted to come. So it's cool to like, get those success stories for businesses. So, that's why we do it. So that was a really wonderful event. Super fun to plan. And then we just had our soccer skills day this past Saturday, which again, we already talked about, but that was really cool. We probably estimate we had about 300-ish, 400, yeah. So a lot of kids just kicking the soccer balls around, and Pliables gave out free samples. We had just a bunch of businesses, we had a meditation that they led. The EMS came out and we were showing kids how to use the stretcher. So it was really cool. Again, another great community event, and we got a lot more signups for our mailing list. We had raffles. So just creating the excitement about the World Cup and trying to get the businesses involved, people bring them to Millburn. And then we have our summer music series coming up. We have to move to the courtyard this year due to the construction at Town Hall Plaza. So it's going to be a little bit lower key than it has been in the past years. Just some kind of like ambient jazz music, because it borders all the businesses there. So we don't want like rock music at like 8 p.m. But that'll be nice. We're hoping for some lights, and then just some nice calming vibes. That'll be from July 10th to August 29th. And like we talked about, we are hiring 2 assistants to help run that programming through the summer. So they'll be there to troubleshoot.
Is that Friday and Saturday night, or?
Yeah, Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m.
There are 2 nights that I believe it'll be on Sunday as well.
In addition, yeah. So we're excited for that. And then our last event, of course, is the World Cup final, which we have been gearing up for and getting ready for. And we're hoping for 1,000 people. Hopefully we get more, we might get a little less. But we've really tried to expand our marketing efforts for everything this year and kind of branch out of the box. We've been partnering with iHeartRadio, so they've done ads on like Z100 and 103.5. And then we've really been reaching out to the community groups. We have done a lot of like the patch listings, Facebook ads. We've done a ton of town signage, just a lot of word of mouth, really reaching out to the businesses, asking them to promote and participate. So we're just really excited, and it's been really cool to just be a part of all of this, and I'm honored that I get to go out on such a high note in this amazing community. So yeah, we're excited for the World Cup. Tell your friends and family. 2 to 6 p.m. here at Taylor Park.
So everyone should bring their own chairs, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so that whenever the next announcement
Yes,
goes
and
out.
we've been promoting that too.
Yeah,
Yes,
bring
it
your own
says, like, bring
chairs,
your own-
towels, whatever you're gonna
Yeah,
sit on.
picnic blanket.
Drinks,
Yes.
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just to go back to Girls Night Out, with our, PSAs with iHeart, we had I think it was $145,000 worth of, free advertising.
Incredible.
That's
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
So we're hoping to do the same for
Yeah.
World Cup.
Just have a question,
That's my type of advertising.
just have a question about the soccer skills. Do we know if the kids were from Millburn, outside Millburn? Any idea?
Great question. We did collect that data. We collected zip codes. We just
Yeah.
haven't quite analyzed it yet. We actually had an intern helping us today, put that all into a
Yeah.
spreadsheet. So we could definitely get back to you on that, but we have been collecting zip codes.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
But we do notice we have quite the wide variety.
Yeah, I mean, that's my interest, is if we're able to, this is like one of the big benefits, is that we can get people from outside Millburn.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
run
me
into
too.
people from my town. who
That's
came
great,
in.
that's fantastic, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so.
I was gonna ask that same question, like, cause you got the name, you got the person's name and then the email address and their zip code, so could we just get like a breakdown, percent of total by towns, and then male, female breakdown? I mean, can't.
For the most part, some of them
As much
are.
as we can, I
I don't know
know,
if we can
the name
break it
Jerry
down
via
by, yeah,
email,
I don't know if we
email.
can break it down by
The
gender.
other thing is
What?
that we were collecting email addresses of the parents, not of the kids, so you, the
Right,
participants.
that's true.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm just trying to, yeah, I mean, obviously they're not the kids, but and they probably have to estimate they bought 2 or 3, I'm not trying to look at a total number, but it would be interesting to also see, demographics, in terms of like even ethnic breakdown, just to really understand, like, is there like a big Brazilian community that's coming
Right.
from a certain area, or, just so it's what you're marketing to, so I think, I'm really excited that you guys collected so many emails. So I just wanted to ask that if we could get that on both events, and I did actually wanna ask one other question. You guys did that fabulous program with the receipts.
Yeah.
And I was curious to see, is it possible to, actually later on, I know you're very busy, so it could be like an August project, look at the receipt amounts and like where the product was purchased
Yes.
from, and look at like, did somebody spend, what was the average spend? Was
Yeah.
it like the average ticket was 150, it was
We
59 cents?
we tracked all
So
of
we did
that.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
well,
in the
well, we
winter.
haven't done it yet, but
Yeah.
we did that in, when we first did
The
this,
Santa
in December.
box,
And I
Yeah.
think we had, I wanna say it was maybe 85,000, was it 85,000 in sales?
Like 80 something thousand in
Was it
sales,
80,000 in
between
sales
like, I
total?
think 200 people, so that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
just like average order value, I just be curious.
Yeah, and
like-
what we did, and at that point, we
Uh-huh.
hadn't gotten people's zip codes, and that's what we decided to do this time, so we could kind of see where people were coming in from. But, we took all the receipts, we had their name, where they shopped, and how much money they spent at each place.
Oh, that's
So
great.
you could see, who frequented what store and whatnot, so.
That, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll be able to put that together,
Cool.
in the next
Yeah.
couple weeks, and hopefully when we have, some of our help come in, we'll be
Yeah.
able to do that.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
collecting all
Yeah.
these things,
We
have a
now
lot
it's
of
like
data.
analyzing
Yeah,
them.
yeah, no,
Get
it
it
is,
in.
it's time consuming.
Yeah,
So-
it's important that you have a lot on your plate, and I think we got to get you some help.
Yeah.
So I'm just,
Yeah,
don't-
we
on
did
the
some
way.
interviews, we did some
Yeah.
interviews today, so
Yeah,
that's
no,
great
I know,
people
I'm just,
and.
Yeah.
you stay focused, and let's get some
Yeah.
help before you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's later. So
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
No, but we do
Yeah,
have,
better to do
Yeah.
it.
we do have that,
Yeah.
we,
Yeah, that's great.
I even went today, someone put their regular mail in a mailbox, in one of our mailboxes.
Oh, really?
And we had to go and collect it, and there were still, people that are still dropping.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's great, yeah, so.
Excellent, excellent.
Holiday decor, and
So I don't know if you wanna talk, I don't, there's
Let's
really
look what
no.
Jamie, Jamie said that, they're almost prepared to, cause they're going to do a
Monday
vote.
RFP.
Like, yeah, it's just.
Oh, I
like,
wasn't on that.
No, they're basically just, I mean, I just talked to him briefly.
Oh, okay.
He said that they're going to actually make the polls up,
Monday.
and I know that Vicky had
Monday.
sent a bunch of things, right?
On
Remember he said
Monday,
that?
I just told you.
Oh, it's Monday, okay.
It
so
looks
she-
like Monday they're gonna have for us to see
Yeah, so
the
this is
setup.
coming, okay,
so we can decide.
yeah, I won't be here a while.
Yeah, but I
So-
mean, we don't have to make a decision on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said the 29th is what he told me, I just spoke to him before.
So, Yeah, so that's great.
Okay. Economic vitality, the planting replacement, we talked about, the ribbon cutting, you wanna discuss that?
Yeah, so Aromas is right on the corner where the lighting store used to be. They actually participated in Girls Night Out. They're having a ribbon cutting July 8th. Their grand opening is going to the public is July 6th. An invitation was sent to the board and township committee. New business openings are the Life Luxury Boutique at 327.5 Millburn Ave, and Autumn Moon Studio at 2 Lackawanna Place.
And Autumn Moon already participated in Girls Night Out.
Yes.
So they weren't even open yet, but they were already getting engaged.
What are these, what are these?
The Life Luxury Boutique is a luxury,
What, clothing?
clothing boutique.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're actually coming from Westfield too,
Yes.
because their space was too big in Westfield, so they wanted like a
They're
slightly
moving
smaller.
into Garden State House. So, and then, yeah, Autumn Moon Studio was a previous.
Hair salon.
It's a hair salon, but it's like, kind of like goth, so it's
Oh,
something different.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
if
okay.
you were at Girls Night Out, she was kind of situated in front of, like, near Cycle Bar.
Yeah.
She had like a tarot card reader.
Oh, yeah, no, I was
and-
by the, I was the
So
little.
something different,
Yeah.
yeah, which is cool, 'cause
Cool.
And she
Stands
seems
out.
very excited, and we spoke to her, and we're gonna set something up with her to do like an onboarding and whatnot, and same thing with the Life Luxury Boutique.
And anybody going out of business or was there anybody going the other way?
I don't,
Not that we have
Good.
been made aware
yeah,
of.
not that anyone's told us, sometimes they just disappear, but
All right, good.
I know. And then Dilly Dilly's supposed to open one of these days, but
What's
I'm not.
What's going on with that one business?
I don't know.
I'm totally blanking out on the name of it. It's across the street from, oh my God, what is
Peel?
it's closed down right now. Like, they still have fall clothes in the window.
Bungalow.
Oh,
Bungalow.
What's going on with
I don't know,
Bungalow?
we've asked because
Okay.
we work with the magazine, and we haven't gotten a response when asked about
I
that.
heard they want to retire. or something?
No, she wants to sell the business.
She's really young. She's, yeah, so.
Oh, is she?
She's actively. She's a nice lady.
I
Just
don't
was curious.
She writes for the, she's the editor for Millburn-Short Hills Magazine,
Oh, okay.
but we haven't, we're not really sure. So. I'm not sure about Teal.
Do you want to proceed and talk about some of the upcoming events?
Yeah, so we talked originally about possibly doing a flannel fest in October or November, but given how everything's kind of shaking out, starting something new like that didn't seem very plausible. So there's a local sort of food tour that wants to partner with Explore called Chowtown, so that might be something that we're, considering working with them on. They just recently sent us a proposal. It's my understanding that we haven't gone over the full proposal as of this point yet, but they come in, they take different groups to, a series of restaurants or coffee shops or things like that. And what is it that we pay for part of the
Yeah,
ticket?
It's like a
help,
tasting
I think
kind of?
it's like $100 ticket, but we would help offset the cost a little bit to make it more appealing, and then they would work with, say they're like let's do an Italian food tour, they pick like four of our Italian restaurants, they would reach out to the businesses, they would come up with menus and timings, and then we would just help promote it, so we don't have to really plan it, we're just kind of helping promote it. And Tracy Levine, she's
Yes.
who's one of our founding board members, she recommended it, and she's worked with them, so.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And how do they profit from it? Like,
I think they upsell the ticket price, so I mean, it might only cost like, the businesses might only charge them like $60
Oh,
for
so
the
they-
food cost, and then they
Right, so-
would like make $40
got it.
from leading everyone around. I'm not sure what the, that's enough to
We just got the proposal, so if it's something that you want us to send you to look over,
Yeah, so that sounds interesting.
over the summer, or, I know we're not meeting again, but something that we could, get
Yeah.
started
Yeah,
if
that
that's
sounds
something, and we talked about maybe figuring out,
We talked about a
maybe
couple
a
of
date.
dates. Yeah, do you remember
Um,
those dates? We talked about them briefly.
I
Not to.
think we said
October,
maybe November, was it November 14th?
And it might be a good way, since
Good
we
call.
didn't do restaurant week this year,
Yeah, I love
just with
that.
everything happening, kind of to help bring more of the
And
restaurant.
the hope is that, people would stay after doing something like that and then shop
Plan a day
locally
in Millburn.
and make a whole day
It's a
in
great
Millburn.
idea.
And it's a little less effort for us, still a lot of effort, but
Yeah,
not
they're
like us
taking the
planning a
lead,
whole.
they're taking the lead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is Chowtown, do they, are doing other towns near us?
Yes.
That other towns near us?
Not sure.
I'm not sure which towns,
But
because we haven't gone through the whole proposal.
I see, okay, so
Yeah.
you'll send her, I mean, it sounds.
Yeah, we have the proposal, we'll send it around. I guess Steve had been talking to them about Flannel Fest and was put in touch with them, and then, we hadn't had a chance to look at it.
So this brings in business for the restaurants here, right? This is a restaurant kind of thing. Like
Yeah, but I think part of it too is that if people are coming in, because I don't think it's like you take like a bus or anything, but you're, on foot.
It's like a walking tour.
Right,
It's a
so then
walking
if
tour of
you're,
a restaurant.
right, so if you're
Walking
coming,
tour, yeah.
if you're coming, it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, if you're coming, it's like, oh, I'm gonna spend the day in Millburn, and then I'm
Right.
gonna maybe go to
It's a
these
good idea.
shops, and I'm gonna hang
That's
out and walk
fantastic.
around.
Bring them in.
There's
You
a
can
lot of
extend your
people that
day.
do that on Airbnb as like an additional tour when you're like going to a city. I think it's
Yes,
a
they
really,
think
I mean,
like that.
clearly.
I
they
do it all the
want
time.
to do it. I think it's a
Yeah.
great
Go and
idea.
travel.
And I mean, if this goes well,
Oh,
it
yeah.
could be a campaign,
I mean,
like
not
spend a day in
Millburn.
Millburn, here's
No,
7 other
travel's,
things to do.
yeah, go to Boston and New York.
Yeah, I've gone for
Food
tours, they're
tours,
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just have to be like, I don't think it has to just be like a rest, maybe it's like a coffee and dessert tour,
Right.
it could be,
Yeah,
different,
absolutely.
That's interesting.
different types.
And if they're open to it, maybe like a boutique tour, or I don't know, something.
It'd be interesting to see
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, so
what
we
they
can
want.
send that,
Yeah.
we can send that out to you on Monday.
That'd be great.
On that note, I wanted to ask you, what's your opinion, you've seen so many different things in the downtown over the years in the chamber, Maplewood does this event in a church that is like packed every year. I just go to it randomly, but it's an event that I think is professionally organized like this is, and it's some type of vintage event, and I mean, it's like there's lines out the door, it's crazy, and they come like on a Saturday, and I think some type of organization, because there's a lot of people that are imported from Jersey City, so, and then I saw like a fair amount of the crowds were completely not from the town, they literally like descended upon Maplewood and sort of discovered it, and so I don't know what you think about that, I'm really just throwing it out as a concept, nothing else.
Vintage shopping,
Yeah,
vintage
like
what-
it's a
clothing.
vintage market, like it's like they have vintage jewelry and, ties and clothing, but it's definitely very curated and
Oh,
elevated.
like
Yeah.
is that, it's
It's not
something
like a low
flea,
end.
like
Yeah.
Highland Flea, is it like Highland Flea or something?
No, it's not a flea, it's
Like
definitely
a
more
vintage market.
elevated.
I mean, that's a great
It's-
idea, but as a business improvement district, like unless our businesses are
Yeah,
participating, it's like, why
Yeah,
would we?
yeah, no, I
Well,
thought
gotta
maybe they would go to
Yes.
that and then shop
In
and shop
theory,
somewhere else, like if you had it
But
downtown.
if someone else was
Great.
hosting it, then we would love to partner with them and then
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
do this after, but I think for us, it kind of takes away from the point
Got
of.
And our
Okay.
businesses may be very sensitive about bringing competitors into.
Exactly.
Prime time, we're here to support our.
So, and I think they used to have the street fairs here in Millburn, then they stopped doing them because there was a lot of like artisan, vendors, but right in front of
Yeah, I'm
us,
not-
walking.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great idea, like I love things like that too, but it takes away
Most
from
people don't
our
think
organization.
so.
Right, exactly, so.
You're bringing vendors, you're competing with business.
Right.
Kind of cool process.
Okay, you want to, talk about
So then.
so we're sort of circling the November 14th, the event, in November, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we have
As a potential date.
Possibly, yeah, and we have to speak to them to see what their
Right.
availability is as well. So, we'll send the proposal out to you guys, and then, we can give them a call and try to set up an initial meeting and get some more information, and then,
Should we-
reach out to you.
Should we invite them? When is our next board?
Invite them in September.
Yeah.
My suggestion is, why don't we invite them to make
Yeah.
a presentation?
Is that gonna be too late though, Richard, do you think?
Well, I think we can do both.
Okay.
Why don't we have
Lock
a
the
tentative date, Why don't we have a tentative date and then let them make a nice presentation and also I would, my suggestion also might be to, if they work with other towns, to check a couple references.
Yeah, okay.
To make sure that they're well received where they've been.
So they bring in the people, right? They're not
I'm
relying
sure
on us
that
to
we
market.
promote it, but
Oh, we wrote it?
we would likely promote it.
It can help, but I think they're their own
Yeah, they
organization,
have like their own
who has
mailing list.
I would think so, I mean, they probably have a
Yeah.
massive amount of people.
So, I mean, they're just looking, I think for them, it's great, because they're looking for connections, they're looking for
Yeah.
towns, looking for
Right.
people who know the business owners, who can get their foot in the door for them.
And I don't know
Valuable,
that
they're
like
using their list.
people,
Yeah.
you know, around here necessarily are gonna wanna, you know, they
They-
might
they-
know all
they-
those
they've been
places,
here,
so it's
right,
people, people, you know,
That-
from other places.
That's why I'm asking the question,
Yeah.
it would make sense for people like to come out from outside of Millburn
Yeah.
here,
Yeah, that's.
drive more traffic.
But it might be
100%.
fun if we had, you know, we have those food influencers.
Mhm.
I wonder if we could, as part of our,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
collaboration, hire one or two of those foodies, to be here when they come, and
That'd be super
that might
fun.
be like a good
Right.
promotion.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we've been successful with them, and it's really.
We've had a lot of success, and we have
Very
a nice
inexpensive
list,
also.
so.
So that might be
Okay.
a fun
Yeah.
thing to throw in.
great. Okay. And then, we're moving Halloween from the Saturday, October 31st to Friday,
Oh,
October 30th,
that makes sense.
right?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
to
the right
bring
date?
in,
Did I get
yeah,
that right?
that's to bring in more of like the moms and the little
Yeah, yeah.
kids, who the
Make
moms
it
are
more
gonna
of a
come,
school
bringing
thing.
kids,
Yeah.
spend money.
That sounds good.
Like, so,
Yes.
Yeah,
and you know, and then the next day the businesses will still provide candy, so it's
Yeah.
a fun weekend.
That sounds cool.
And then, Winter Villages at Taylor Park, or Lot 6, we're gonna do it back to back this year instead of one day, instead of one Saturday.
No,
two
instead of
different
two
weekends.
weekends.
We do.
Yes, we're gonna do it back to back, so you
One
come
weekend.
Saturday and Sunday.
Just have a question, is this something that we know is would think people like?
Yes.
This is
Winter
like,
Villages?
Yeah,
It's
people like it.
huge, it's extraordinarily
Yeah.
popular.
Just-
Yeah.
When I volunteered and it was jam packed.
I think we had,
We ran out of like.
What?
We ran out of sticks and.
we bought like 1,000 marshmallow sticks last year, ran out,
I actually
so.
don't remember what the hell.
I think we had 1,300 people come last
Really?
year. Yeah,
Okay.
I just remember like you could.
I wasn't here that day, that's why I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
It's one of those, it's a brand builder event,
Oh,
so
okay.
it might not
That's even worse.
necessarily be one where we're like selling a
Okay.
lot, or,
There were a lot
but
of
it
kids.
gets our name out
I remember
there.
there were a lot of families, a lot of kids, and you could.
Yes.
it was
And
so
we had the
crowded,
Dunkin'
you could
truck that
hardly-
was,
Okay.
Years ago, yeah.
They were very crowded.
Build our mailing list, it like gets our name out there in town, and people, it's also something, you know, it's the dead of winter, but it's something outside for a little bit, it's fun.
It's a
That
comfortable.
doesn't sound where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
And
So.
last year we had Backyard Living set up this just beautiful display.
No, I don't
I
remember.
You know,
remember,
yeah, I mean, it was like so nice and like, the kids came and sat with Santa and
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, you got your Christmas card there. I mean,
It's
it was a
cool.
really nice, it really came together
Yeah.
very nicely.
People
So it's-
specifically looked for Santa, like
so
we advertised that.
Is it Taylor Park?
yeah.
TBD, because we
Yeah,
can't do
we're
it
not
at
sure what's gonna
Town
happen
Hall.
with Town Hall Plaza.
Right, because we were doing it at that area between.
Yeah.
Right.
So we might move over to the next lot or go to Taylor Park. So we have to
Okay.
figure that out based on.
Yeah.
What the
Availability.
construction
Yeah.
patterns and
Right.
whatnot are.
great.
You know, if you're doing the like thing this year, what are they called? All the likes, they're done.
The winter walk?
No, that was the winter walk, that was the
I
chamber.
haven't done that. yet.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
done
That was
in
the
a couple
chamber.
I mean, I think that Jamie's goal is to get back to that at some point, you know, because if they're bringing a lot of traffic, but as you said last time, the staggered way, slowly.
Yeah, maybe
get
as a
there.
longer term plan, but I think it's I think one of the impediments is so expensive.
It's like 40, wasn't it 45?
Yeah, right, that's back
And that's,
then.
that's
Yeah.
3 or 4 years ago, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, ladies, thank you very, very much for that.
Thank you for bearing with us as we
Yeah, good.
put everything
That was
together
fun.
the first time.
You're off to
So,
the races. so
Off
we're
to the
gonna
races.
get those.
And I'll you guys think about what you need for help on the final, yeah.
Thank
I'll
you.
be there.
Yes, I would encourage all our board members to volunteer on
Yes.
July 19th.
July 19th.
Sunday, July 19th. Bring your
Mark your
family.
Aim
2 to
away.
6.
I was gonna make sure it's my
However long
surf
goes.
contest, sorry.
What?
I was gonna make sure it's not the surf contest, I'm supposed to be joking.
Surf club.
Oh.
Okay. All right, at this point, and that's 2 to 6, correct?
2 to 6.
The final starts at 3.
It starts at 3, but we're encouraging people to come at 2,
We
stay
have
your
a
spot out.
band, we have a band starting at 2 o'clock that'll play.
So the 50-foot screen TV, is that gonna be on the band shell, on the township's band shell, or
I think we decided we're not gonna have it on the, it's not gonna be
on the stage? No, it's just gonna be
We have a layout, it's so that the sun's not in the way, so it's
Right.
whatever way, I have to it's near the baseball diamond.
Right,
okay,
well,
So, it's a strategic layout, I just don't know it off the top of my head.
okay. Okay, public comment. The public is invited to provide comments at this point in the meeting. Clearly state your name for the record and limit comments to 3 minutes. Prepared statements may be sent to info@exploremillburnshorthills.org. Please remember, this is a business meeting and professional decorum must be maintained. If a speaker engages in disorderly conduct that disrupts the meeting or is meant to intimidate attendees, they will be asked to cease their comment. All questions must be directed to the chair. At the conclusion of public comment, members of the board may respond or ask staff or attorney to do so. Staff and attorney will not answer questions without a request from board members. The floor is now open for public comment.
Jeffrey Feld, Poet Section. First, I want to thank you for your service and good luck in the future. I have basically 5 areas. First, you approved the minutes. That gentleman's last name is not Cyber. None of you picked that up. C-Y, his name is Cyber. You didn't read these. These minutes are fake. Alex, you left the meeting for about 45 minutes. Doesn't reflect that. To go get the cake for C. Grillo. There's a statement said that I said that the municipal township, you left the meeting. It's on the video. It says that I said that the municipality, I said the municipality was incompetent. I didn't say that. Doesn't have reflect Jackie's response to the mayor's comments. These are minutes. Doesn't reflect that you went to close executive session and when you came back, you retained counsel for BP3. These are public records. They're falsified. They're not real. I would like to correct one statement about litigation. The motion for sanctions in BP2 in your minutes. BP2 was dismissed without prejudice. The minutes don't say that. Without prejudice has a very big significance that the court's going to be discussing on the various 2 other motion days. I would request that email addresses be provided, that you have a special email address that's not your personal address, that's to the committee. So I can send you certain things. So I can send you the Springfield bid ordinance, because you'll see that how it differs dramatically from yours. And this is the point in our litigation about the board is elected, except for 2 members, 1 member that's appointed by the township. The Springfield, they're all elected by the property owners. I am shocked, Omar, that you and Ben did not tell the public that the town issued a survey to all business owners to see what they feel about Explorer. That to me is a material fact, that the township is asking for a survey, and it hasn't been mentioned in this meeting. I also like to send you articles about Hoboken's, Sid, that they recognize that the administrative costs were too high and they're cutting back the administrative costs about 10%. That's a material fact. Please correct his spelling of his name. Remember, you signed a consent order that dismissed their properties 2 without prejudice. That has significance. We've told the court that the court dismissed the case on the merits. You forgot to disclose that there's a consent order. I really respectfully request that you get your email addresses. It has to be different because he'll explain to you the Oprah case. So I can send you Springfield and I can send you the Hoboken articles. Thank you.
Right. Make a note after.
This is just to clarify, not clarify, but to confirm that in the litigation litigation report portion of this meeting, I specifically stated that Third Properties 2 was dismissed without prejudice. It's sworn.
You, not your partners.
I would like to apologize for spelling your name wrong. It wasn't mentioned, you didn't spell it when you were up there and I must have misheard it, so I apologize, that's my fault.
All right, so I
are
didn't
we-
even know
are
it
we-
was said.
Are we making comments after each individual person or when this?
No, at the end
of it. Oh, sorry,
No, I'm just
sorry.
asking, because I have comments for Jeff, but I'm gonna wait. then.
Sorry, I apologize.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay, Vicky Powell, business owner. Corinne, we're gonna miss you, so sorry you're leaving us, but you're on to bigger and better. Michelle, very excited to have you still here and pick up the mantle and do your work. I'm very impressed with the getting of the grants for PSE&G. Well done, I thank you for doing that because every little bit helps. Can we cut Michelle some slack? This was her first time doing the meeting minutes. She made some mistakes. She's not perfect. Thank you for bringing it to her attention, but this was her first time doing it. So we gotta, she's learning. So we gotta give her a little learning curve. Any update on what's going on with the website really needs to be worked on. I know I've had a discussion with you girls about the cleaning of the town. Still very dirty, and I did speak to another member of landlord in town, and she agreed with me as well. So, I don't know if if the town needs to pick up some of the slack, but especially in the summertime with everyone out eating ice cream, everyone in town late at night, it's very dirty. There's things flying all over the place. And, things are falling on the streets. I know you guys power wash the corners, but it's not nice. I just have to say that. Well done on the grants. Did we get help to help poor Michelle and Corinne? Going to be Michelle, I was wondering if we got some help for her. And, yes, I know the survey went out, from the town. I had this discussion with Jackie already about it.
No, but I think for the record,
For the record, Jackie had no clue the survey was going out, until I sent it to her, neither did the staff. So, yes, this was taken upon by the town itself, and I think it, wasn't very wisely to be done like that, because, speaking to the merchants, they don't realize who letusknow.org is, or who Catherine, the media manager, is, because they're sending emails and they're going to spam, they're going to junk, and they're not paying attention to it. So I was hoping Ben was gonna be here tonight, but would have been smart to get the organization to maybe send a follow-up email to the merchants to let them know, hey, the town sent a survey out.
or in advance.
Yeah, to let them know that it's closing next July 3rd. Let them, if you wanna answer it, because I don't know, I know Let Us Know is the town, but half the people do not, more than half the people do not, because everybody I've talked to didn't even realize the survey came. So it was very poorly done in that sense, but whatever, it is what it is, but yeah, that's all I have to say, thank you.
Is there anybody on Zoom that would like to make a comment? Mr. Seibert, do you want the podium? No?
What your name?
We have,
No, my name is Seibert.
Yes.
But without standing up,
Please take
phones
the podium.
used to work really well. So like one of your new assistants can call every store and say, hey, we sent out this thing. Because you know what?
There's
I think-
500 and.
500 merchants in there.
No, and that wasn't us.
But
I just make comments as a businessman. Richard Seibert, town resident. The youth of today, they don't make phone calls anymore. They just depend on their phone. But a lot of people still use phones. I do. So like sometimes when you send an email, I don't know about you guys, I get about 400 emails a day. All I'm constantly doing is erasing emails from my computers and phones. So anyways, just phones are good. Michelle, good job. I think you can do it. I think you can do it. As far as helpers, sometimes helpers are not good. Sometimes helpers are good. So when you hire a helper, find out their resume, see if they're actually good help or a waste of time. But, that's about it. Everybody up here wants to make Millburn a better town and, help all the merchants. I think that's a good idea. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
We have one online.
Okay, great.
Good evening, Perry Urso. I have a couple questions. You approved a contract this evening for a interim executive director. I wish her the best. Why is it for the chair that these contracts are not available prior to or subject to any type of comments from property owners that are subject to this tax? So if you could answer that question, I appreciate it. Also, for the power washing that was done, can you tell me if there was proper permitting pulled out for that, for the use of the water? And as far as, I was surprised that in the reports, there was no comments about your girls' night out. And I direct this to the chair. You are a sitting chair, you were a former town councilwoman, you're a former mayor. You are a current district chair for the Democratic Party, if I am correct. And why was there no comments about solicitation of campaign material during a property owner tax, that pay the taxes during an event? So if you could not answer that questions and a few of those the prior questions, I'd appreciate that you would kindly answer these. And if you don't answer them, I'm assuming that you're complicit. And back in 2018, former DMDA president said on the record that the DMDA was used and as a motivation for a political platform. And you actually were sitting on the dais at that time, I believe, as a town councilwoman. In 2020, you reinstated the SID, adding 4 other districts, and you were accompanying a campaign candidates that were running for office in November, and they were handing out some goodies to children in their attire. And also, again, it's happening again. And you as the chair, you should know it is in your bylaws. So can you kindly address these questions? It's very concerning. There should be absolutely no interference. You should be well aware, especially that you were the sitting mayor at the time when you reinstated this new SID, and you're now the sitting chair. So thank you for your time and have a wonderful evening.
Anybody else?
Nobody else.
Well, let me respond to Ms. Urso's comment about soliciting at a girls' night out. That question was brought up on the township committee by my colleague, Ms. Best, and if people are allowed, it was not me. It was not me. I was engaged as a volunteer on Girls' Night Out. There were other people that were in the town, chatting with residents and visitors. I had no participation in any of that. So I want to bring that again to Ms. Urso's attention, that I was not soliciting any kind of votes or sharing any kind of political information at Girls' Night Out. I was there as the chair of Girls' Night Out, helping explore, period. End of statement. Mr. Feld, thank you for bringing those corrections to our attention on the minutes. I appreciate that. We will revise those items and we'll bring it back in September and we'll review them. Thank you. I would also like to say one other thing, that this organization has been handicapped since January. We have been without 2 representatives to sit on this dais as voting members. We have put forth candidates for business owners that have not been put forth by the Township Committee under the leadership of Mr. Saccomundi. And we are handicapped and strapped. And in order for this board to be successful moving forward, we need those seats to be filled. It is now beyond the 6-month mark. I think it's unconscionable that this has not been executed.
And I also want to welcome, last time, welcome Michelle aboard as interim executive director. I want to wish Corinne well. We've worked together many hours out on the streets, and she's really, and whoever's getting you is lucky to have you. And the other comment I want to make is that you know, I keep reading about Explore. We're here to support the business community. We're here to engage residents. We're here to work together. And it's really, it gets, I'm very sad that it just, these comments, it's just like trying to, people trying to catch other people. We're here to support the community. And I think we should keep our focus on working together to help the town. And that's what we're here for. So that's just my comment.
Yes. And then,
I have a comment.
okay,
you go
Mr.
first.
Zoll.
I'll go last.
So I want to clarify some things. Number one is, I did not leave the meeting to get a cake for Steve Grillo. I left the meeting to go to my daughter's chorus concert at the middle school, and I came back. I've also been a part of probably over 100 public meetings where I was also an elected official. I'm aware of no law or regulation that prevents me from voting on the minutes of a meeting which I attended, even though I left. This has happened. We get an attorney that tells me otherwise, we'll correct it.
I didn't say
I'm not aware of it. I'm just explaining that I left the meeting for 30 minutes, came back. I was here at most of the meeting. Is there an issue with that? Absolutely.
Just for the record, a member does not have to be in attendance from the prior meeting to approve board minutes, so long as the member has reviewed the board minutes from the prior meeting. That's the rule, that's the statute.
Okay.
So just so we're clear, so whether you or not you left, if you reviewed the minutes, you're entitled to.
That's what I voted, Your Honor. So third thing is that the issue with name spelling, same issue with the township committee, same issue with the board of ed. We don't have a sign-up sheet with people's names. I'm sure Michelle did not intentionally want to misspell Richie's name. So it just happened in every public meeting in Millburn where there's no one taking people's names. There's no record, there's no like official written record. So we're not going to be sitting here checking the spelling of people's names. If we do that, then we should put in a process to do that, because no one is intentionally doing that. And then the last thing is that if there's some sort of a compliance issue with the way that it's written or missing things, then I would expect our attorney to say, look, you're not doing this right, you gotta fix it, whatever the issue is. Like, that's what we have an attorney for. That's what we do. So, yeah, if there's an issue, we have to know about it and we'll fix it. Not doing it intentionally. So that's all I want to say.
What you say, we don't.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, these are different than the other ones, okay, so I'm actually gonna go to Vicky first, because I share your passion about the dirtiness of our town. And I will, at some point, I've complained about it in many township meetings, at TC meetings, and in particular, the blue dots from PSC&G, like why those haven't been power washed off, and in addition to that, the coiled black wire that's been sitting in front of Goldberg's for God knows how long is just, it's first of all, it's a trip hazard, it's a liability issue. And just general dirtiness, the weeds coming up. I mean, I've seen in particular behind Enzo's, I was there dining and I went out the back way and there's weeds all through the parking lot islands that are quite terrible, and the DPW is responsible for that part. So I'd like to see the township, we have plenty of money, we have a lot of excess cash, and that should just be cleaned up in general, and the town should be looking pristine and not worn. And so I think also that's one of the reasons why possibly that, you know, using Explore's funds to focus on marketing and promoting businesses versus, you know, moving the town's responsibility to cleaning. And I think that that's something that the township committee is looking at addressing. So I'm right there for you. If you want to come to me, complain about it at any time, I'm willing to listen. Website, agreed. The website has a picture of a train on it and it's not very compelling. It doesn't feel like merchandising. It feels like a train. At least that's the last time I looked at it. Because, and it's not anybody's fault on this thing. It's just having the money to have it done professionally. And then, on the, I think the let us know survey, I do agree that that's something, I really just literally heard about it and didn't even know anything about it. I'm disappointed that, I don't know if that was part of the strategic planning commission or who did it, but I think that not having retail people who are on this board or you know, and Michelle and Corinne and you know, Steve involved in that is, you know, concerning because the questions should be tailored to the merchants. And as you said, I haven't even seen it, so I have no idea what the questions were. But you know, I hope that maybe that can be redone or tightened in some way. And then going back to the campaign issue that Perry had brought up, you know, and Miss Lieberberg was not involved in any of that. I was there next to Miss Lieberberg the entire time, and I don't think Perry was specifically addressing Jackie in that manner. I think that Cheryl Damaris was the person who was handing out flyers, and she actually, you know, confirmed that in the TC meeting this past week. And I do want to bring up, and that, you know, in the bylaws here, we do have that in the bylaws. Of course, you can't enforce it, but I actually spoke to the Republican committee meeting and said, please don't, you know, come and campaign because we don't, it's in our bylaws. So, you know, I think that's something, I don't know, I brought it up, is there a way that we can create an ordinance so that doesn't happen in the future? You know, because the township taxpayers pay for that, you know, and go, you know, political groups shouldn't benefit from it. So I'm just saying that to Perry. And then, you know, Jeff, I mean, you know, obviously those things should be updated, and this is Michelle's, you know, first meeting, and you know, things get missed all the time. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like, oh, I had a question for, this is just to us. Can I ask Jackie?
Yes.
All right. So are we doing an RFP for Corinne's position? Like, do we have that set up? I didn't know. Did we talk about it? I missed it and apologize.
No, right now, we didn't have an RFP set up for Corinne's position.
Okay.
We're just in the interim, we're gonna hire some I wouldn't wanna call them helpers.
Assistance.
Assist marketing, social media, whatever, assist freelancers to support Michelle and get through all the things that she has on her plate successfully. So we're gonna give her the resources she needs to be successful moving forward, while Corinne is still with us for another month. So we're working very diligently on reviewing candidates. We've already started the process. I'm very grateful. It is what my day job is, so I think I'm to assist them in getting across the finish line with individuals that have a mix of all the diverse skills, whether it be the Canva experience, the posting on Instagram, the database management, the ability to write and do reels. All those things are in the we're in the preliminary job description that was circulated, that we reviewed, and we're I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I think we're moving in the right direction. So grateful for
You're gonna
that.
be hard to replace.
Thank you.
Yes,
And,
and we're, and I can't reiterate enough how grateful we are, Michelle, she understands the organization. She's had a seat at the table and she's extraordinarily capable and I'm very grateful. And she's local. Hello.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Michelle, make sure, make sure you have all of our cell numbers so we can help you when you need it. I say that seriously.
Okay.
And on that note, we really do need 2 more board members, so in an hour, it's like crunch time, we have a lot of things coming up, and even if it's, I don't know what the reasons are to leave those spots vacant, but we need the help. We need those 2 positions filled. So if the TC is listening, please get that appointment, get those appointments done, and one last.
I mean, we thoroughly vetted 2 candidates that were interested in serving back in January.
Yeah.
And
Well.
I think time is of the essence for the
Yeah.
back 6.
Yeah, my last note I wanna make is that I wanna tell everybody how great Alex is, how hardworking Alex is, how hardworking Jackie is, Christine, I see you at a lot of events.
I'm trying.
I just wanna say that we are, I think we all, work really hard for the town. And I think the time has come to stop, picking on each other. And I think we have to work together to move our businesses forward and to support each other. So that's enough with the attacking each other, so that's all I wanted to say.
I just have a question.
Yes, would you let, and then, yes, and then after, go ahead.
Jackie just wanted me to clarify, not clarify again, to reiterate what was stated earlier. Resolution 26-007, and this goes to the young lady's question that she posed with regard to that resolution. The resolution approves Michelle Lemieux as the interim executive director, does not approve the contract. The contract was already previously approved under Steve Grillo. And that contract is what's in place that Michelle will be following. To the extent that contract is to be amended or otherwise changed and finalized, a written agreement will follow.
Is it?
That's,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get that, I actually reiterated before, so that people aren't confused about that.
Just have a question. Is it a legal matter to discuss, the format of the agenda? Is that only, can go into exec session?
I think we want to do this.
Okay, can I make a motion? I just need like 10 minutes, not gonna be a long time. Just make a motion to enter exec session to discuss a legal matter. It's private.
May I have a motion to go into executive session? Close, okay. Okay, so I would close the public meeting.
Yeah.
May I have a motion to close the public meeting?
You can take official action when you come back.
Motion.
No,
We will not be taking
No,
official action.
no.
May I have a motion to close the public meeting?
motion.
May I have a second? Okay, we are now adjourned, the public portion. Our next meeting is September 17th at 6:30 p.m.
There you go.
May I have a motion to close executive session?
Here, motion, give,
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
All right,
Our meeting is now closed.
Motion.
Motion carries to close public session, to close, executive session.
then get close to you.
May I have a motion to close the meeting of, June 25th, 2026.
Motion.
second.
We are now
All in favor?
adjourned until,
All in favor?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, the meeting is now closed.